A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Dear students, it is class 12th and its subject is entrepreneurship. Today, let us read about one of the important topics of this managerial functions or management. The topic is Henry Fayol's 14 Principles of Management. It is one of the important issues, important aspects while going through the managerial activities. Students, let us know first that who was Henry Fayol. I already told you in last lesson that Henry Fayol, he was a French industrialist in early part of 20th century. He was himself involved in the functional management. He has given the functions of management I already told you, and again he has given the 14 principles of management. This French industrialist Henry Fayol, he was during the period of Frederick W. Taylor, again a well-known industrialist, a well-known economist. But the difference between the two, this is the Henry Fayol and W. Taylor. It is that Henry Fayol, he was a practitioner involved in the practices of management, while as the first one, that is W. Taylor, he was not himself involved in all these activities. He was a scientific method. He used the scientific methods. He was not involved in the actual these practices of the management. This Henry Fayol, his these management thought is known as administrative management, and he is considered as the father of the administrative management. Father of, if you would be asked in the exams that who is considered to be the father of administrative management, you have to write down the name of Henry Fayol. Henry Fayol, he was the father of administrative management because he was a practitioner and he was involved himself in the practices of the management. Now, the 14 principles pronounced by him or administered by him, given by him, these, let us read about these 14 principles. The first among them is division of work. This is division of work. As students, you know that all the people, they are not specialized in every work, in every type of work. So every person, a single person, must be given a special work. This special work, he will go through the work, and ultimately the management or the organization will achieve its goals. So specialization of labor, it would ultimately increase the output. It will make the employees efficient. So division of work, it is very important. यानी काम को बांटना जो है वो सबसे पहला असूल जो दिया है हेनरी फयोल ने, एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव मैनेजमेंट के माहिर ने, उसने बताया है कि हर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में डिवीजन ऑफ वर्क होना चाहिए, यानी काम को बांटना चाहिए लोगों में, क्योंकि हर शख्स जो है वो एक ही काम बहुत महारत से जानता है, वो इसमें स्पेशलाइज्ड होता है. सो डिवीजन ऑफ वर्क इट इज़ इम्पॉर्टेंट. सेकेंड इज अथॉरिटी. वो कहता है, हेनरी फयाल कहता है कि मैनेजर जो है उसे एक अथॉरिटी होनी चाहिए, उसे कुछ इख्तियारात होनी चाहिए, क्योंकि जब इख्तियारात उसमें हों तो वो दूसरे सबऑर्डिनेट्स को ऑर्डर्स दे सकता है. लेकिन उसके साथ साथ ऑर्डर देना ही इट इज़ नॉट सफिशिएंट. ही मस्ट बी रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर दैट जॉब. He must have responsibility. He must be himself be answerable before his boss. So authority as well as the responsibility, it is the second principle of management. Authority. Manager must be given authority, and at the same time when he is given authority, He must have the authority to give the orders, but at the same time, he must be responsible for his authority, that whatever you have ordered, what is the response of that very order? And third is discipline. It is the soul of every organization. If the soul of every institution, if there is no discipline, the functions or the activities, they cannot be fruitful for the institution or any organization. Employees must obey and respect the rules that govern the organization. यानी उन्हें रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस को उनकी ताबियादारी करनी चाहिए. उससे क्या होता है? This would help an organization to run smoothly. So discipline, it is very much important, is the third principle of management. Fourth is unity of command. Every employee in any organization, he should get the orders from one superior and one subordinate. ने सबॉर्डिनेट जो है उसे सुपीरियर जो है, उसे कमांडर जो है, उसे ऑर्डर देने वाला, ऑर्डरिंग अथॉरिटी जो है, दैट मस्ट बी वन. If a person gets orders from different quarters, different commanders, whom he would obey, he is in a fix. He is in a fix that whom to obey and whom not to respond. So there must be unity of command, order from one commander. Fifth is unity of direction. So this unity of direction is the fifth is principle of management. It is the effort of each employee in the organization having the same objective should be directed by one manager in the same direction. यानी एक मैनेजर जो है उसी से ऑर्डर मिलनी चाहिए और एक ही डायरेक्शन में. एक तो है यूनिटी ऑफ कमांड एंड अगेन इट इज यूनिटी ऑफ डायरेक्शन. इफ ए single commander is there, but he will direct a person, direct a subordinate in different directions. This will not be fruitful for the organization as a whole, because he has to proceed in one direction. He cannot move in different directions, and it is not expected that the conditions will be, that the fruits will be, they are in favor of the organization. So unity of direction must be there. Sixth is सबॉर्डिनेशन ऑफ इंडिविजुअल इंटरेस्ट टू जनरल इंटरेस्ट. हर एक इंसान को उसको यानी अपनी कुछ ज़ाती दिलचस्पियाँ भी होती हैं, उसके कुछ ज़ाती मकासद भी होते हैं, लेकिन एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में ज़ाती मकासद को कुर्बान करना पड़ता है, उनको माथत रखना पड़ता है जनरल इंटरेस्ट की. यानी एवरी पर्सन इन द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ही हैज टू सबॉर्डिनेट द इंडिविजुअल इंटरेस्ट टू द जनरल इंटरेस्ट. ही शुड ओबे द इंटरेस्ट ऑफ द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. He should not obey the interest of the individual employees. So, every individual employee, he should subordinate his personal interests to the organizational interests. Then and only then it is possible that the organization can move in the right direction. Seventh is remuneration. उनका मुआवजा जो है, every employee, he should be paid a remuneration, fair remuneration for the services rendered by him. एक इंसान ने जितना भी काम किया, उसने कभी ओवर टाइम किया, तो उसके लिए उसका मुआवजा जो है वो उसी लिहाज से होना चाहिए. It is one of the principles of the management that every employee should be remunerated. He should be paid accordingly, according to his work. That how much work he has done, he should be paid according to that work. The remuneration, muawza. Eighth, it is centralization. It is there must be centralization. Does not mean that the powers must be centralized. There must be a proper proportion between the centralized powers and the decentralized powers. यानी कुछ powers जो हैं वो एक मैनेजर डिसेंट्रलाइज भी कर सकता है ज़रूरत के मुताबिक अपने सबॉर्डिनेट्स में, लेकिन उसके साथ साथ कुछ पावर जो है, उसके कुछ इख्तियारात जो हैं वो उसमें होनी चाहिए. He should not decentralize all his powers. So there must be a proper proportion between the centralization and the decentralization while making the decisions, while in decision making activity and the decisions made by the management. Decentralization and centralization must be in the proper ratio, and then it is possible that the activities can prove fruitful for the organization. Ninth is scalar chain. This scalar chain, it is related to the communication. यानी ऑर्डर जो है वो कम्युनिकेट जो हैं वो टॉप से बॉटम लेवल तक, फ्रॉम द टॉप मैनेजमेंट टू लोअर रैंक्स ऑफ द एम्प्लॉइज. it should be communicated properly. There must be a proper chain. There must be a scalar chain from the top to the bottom. And when the chain of the communication should follow in the proper way, naturally the work would be done in the proper way, in the interest of the organization, and it will prove fruitful for the organization as a whole. Ninth is order. ऑर्डर मीन्स ये जो है उन्हें एक खास सिमत जो है, डायरेक्शन जो है, बोथ पीपल एंड मटेरियल्स, लोग जो हैं, ये जो हैं ह्यूमन रिसोर्स जो है एंड नॉन ह्यूमन रिसोर्स जो हैं, दे मस्ट बी गिवन द राइट टाइम, राइट डायरेक्शन, राइट ऑर्डर. दे मस्ट बी गिवन द राइट ऑर्डर, यानी उन्हें एक सिमत जो है, उन्हें एक ऐसी तरीके से रखा जाना चाहिए जो कि मौजून हो, जो कि प्रॉपर हो. Material as well as human resource as well as non-human resource should be given the proper time, proper order. And 11th is equity. का मतलब है कि मैनेजर जो हैं they need to be fair and kind for their subordinates. माथद जो हैं, एक मैनेजर जो है who is at the helm of affairs, he should be fair and kind to their subordinates. अपने मातहतों पर वो बहुत ही मतलब मेहरबान होना चाहिए. उनमें किसी जोर जुल्म ज़बरदस्ती उनमें नहीं होनी चाहिए. He should listen to them, he should give them a say, and he should have right to speak. So this is equity. And 12th is stability of tenure of personnel. ये लोग जो हैं, ये जो subordinates जो हैं, they should be given proper personal training where giving the replacement or available to fill the vacancies. यानी जब हमें वैकेंसीज फिल अप करनी हैं तो उनकी रिप्लेसमेंट जो है या उनकी प्लेसमेंट जो है, इट मस्ट बी प्रॉपर. देयर मस्ट बी स्टेबिलिटी इन द टेन्योर ऑफ पर्सनल. यानी लोग जो हैं जब अपनी टेन्योर, जब अपनी बारी जो ख़त्म करते हैं तो उन्हें ये जो है प्रॉपर प्रमोशन मिलनी चाहिए या रिप्लेसमेंट जो है दैट मस्ट बी प्रॉपर. सो दिस इज पॉसिबल ओनली, दिस इज पॉसिबल एंड ओनली देन it is the fruits of the organization, the fruits of the activities performed by the employees, they will be in the interest or they will prove to be in the development or the progress of the organization. 13th, it is initiative. Every employee should be allowed and encouraged to get the initiative. हर एक को कोई भी काम अपनी दिलचस्पी के मुताबिक लेने की डील होनी चाहिए. उनको they should be given a chance to take the initiatives. If they will always obey the directions of the bosses, their managers, it will create disinterest among them. So to create the interest, to have the say, to take the responsibilities, every employee should be given the initiative. Initiative, it is very important for the employees that in initiative, in the way that they will treat that the organization is their own. It is their own property. They are the masters. They are not only the subordinates or they are not the slaves. So they must be given the chance to initiative. And last is esprit de corps. And promoting team spirit. It is esprit de corps means promoting team spirit. It is very important in every type of organization because it creates harmony and unity within the organization. There must be a team spirit. Bosses or managers should not treat themselves as the superiors. They have just to work with the subordinates. So because it can ultimately end with the success of the organization. So the boss or the manager or the commander or the person who is at the helm of affairs, he should have this harmony, he should have brotherhood, he should have unity with his subordinates, because the subordinates, every person is responsible in every organization. So when they are given the right status, they are given the right status, right respect, so it will prove at the success of the organization. So these are the 14 principles of management. You will go through them yourselves. ultimately, inshallah, you can answer this question in the proper way in your final exams. So this is enough for the day. Thanks.